22 EC 601, the subject code for the event semester for the academic year 2025 to 2026. For EC department students, the subject name is Digital Signal Processing. It's in a lab theory with lab component subject, so lab integrated. Unit number 1, discrete Fourier transform, which is called as DFT. There we have the topic called properties. The first property we are going to discuss today, that is called periodicity property of DFT. Why we need periodicity property? Periodicity property because we are studying signals and system, right? There we have periodic and aperiodic concepts with the fundamental period of n and t. So the period from, for example, 10 samples will be moving in the 10 seconds. After 5 samples are coming, so we need to add 10 plus 5. So plus 5 is nothing but the additional sample, right? So what is the period actually calculated from the input to the output of the total sample, or original sample? For that we need the periodicity property. Statement: if a sequence x of n is periodic with periodicity of the n samples, then n point DFT x of k is also a periodic with periodicity of n samples. Hence, if x of n, x of k are n point DFT pair, then we have the formula x of n plus n, x of k plus n, which is equal to x of k for all k is equal to x of n for all n. So any sample x of n is said to be periodic. The corresponding x of k is also periodic. That is something but DFT as well as for the IDFT case. If both are periodic with the sample of either n plus capital N or n plus capital K, depends. We have the DFT formula x of k equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k n by n. We have the Twiddle factor here. Replace where the k values tends to be k plus n. Then substitute this k is k plus 1 in this equation here. Therefore, x of k is equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k. What is k here? K plus n. So replace k by k plus n into n by n. I have replaced here instead of k as k plus n. Now remove this bracket. Summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi. Multiply this with respect to k. So e power minus j 2 pi k n by capital N dot e power minus j 2 pi again multiply with capital N. So e power minus j 2 pi capital N by n. Remove the bracket, you will get two terms. E power minus j 2 pi of k plus n into n by capital N as split into two parts. One is e power minus j 2 pi k small n by capital N dot e power minus j 2 pi small n capital N divided by capital N. Okay, what about the next step? This capital N get cancelled. Therefore, you will get x of n e power minus j 2 pi k n by capital N dot e power minus j 2 pi n by n get cancelled. So now you will get the answer summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k n by n capital N e power minus j 2 pi n. What about that capital N? The previous capital N get cancelled. So e power minus j 2 pi in value is equal to 1. E power minus j 2 pi n value is equal to 1. Now replace this value is equal to 1. Now summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k n by n dot 1. Now see this equation, total equation. Summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k n by n, which is nothing but DFT formula, which is called as x of k. So can I replace this formula by directly as x of k? What is my LHS? X of k plus n, which is equal to x of k. So this periodic property is solved and hence proved. Hope you understand this property, right guys? If they ask the problem based on this property, you can go with the formula. Thank you, students.